You're scrolling. Someone your age bought a house. Someone got shredded. Someone is finally happy. And suddenly your life feels smaller. Not because your life changed, but because your brain ran a comparison and decided you're losing. Here's the truth. Comparison isn't a personality flaw. It's a built-in system. And once you understand the code, you can stop letting it control you. Your brain doesn't just ask, "Am I okay?" It asks, "Where do I rank?" Because for most of human history, ranking wasn't ego, it was survival. Status meant more safety, more resources, more influence, and often more chances to be chosen. So your brain built a constant social scoreboard. No clear ruler, it measures you against people around you. And the modern world, it hacked that feature. It turned an ancient tool into a 24/7 feed. There are two main modes. Upward comparison. You see someone ahead of you. Pressure, envy, shame, panic. Your brain whispers, "Catch up," or "fall behind." Downward comparison. You see someone behind you. Relief. Sometimes gratitude, sometimes superiority. Your brain whispers, "At least you're safe, for now." Both are your brain trying to answer one old question. Am I safe in this group? And here's the twist. You think you're comparing lives, but you're comparing moments, and then writing a story. Let me give you the code. Comparison runs like software, and it has a predictable loop. 1. Trigger. You see someone's success, body, relationship, money, confidence. 2. Scan. Your brain checks, how close am I to that? 3. Gap. It calculates distance. 4. Story. I'm behind. I'm failing. I'm not enough. I'm running out of time. 5. Behavior. You either overwork to catch up, procrastinate because it hurts, or numb out and scroll more. And here's the trap. You feel worse, so you scroll, which gives you more triggers, which makes you feel worse. That's not weak mindset. That's a loop. Micro reset. When you feel the stomach drop, don't argue with it, just label it. Status signal. Then breathe out slowly and ask, is this information or is this entertainment? That one question already weakens the loop. Your brain was built to compare within a small tribe. Not with millionaires, models, top athletes, and creators posting highlight reels daily. Social media is basically infinite upward comparison on tap. And the algorithm doesn't care about your mental health. It cares about your attention. So it feeds content that spikes emotion, envy, insecurity, desire, anger, because spikes keep you watching. Now, comparison isn't occasional. It's ambient, like background noise. Here's the biggest distortion. You compare your behind the scenes to their edited moment. You compare your Monday morning energy to their perfectly lit Friday night. Your messy reality to their curated result. And your brain treats it like real data. So you don't just think, they're doing well. You think, I'm doing badly. Even if you're actually doing fine. Perfect example, Ashton Hall. He's known online for fitness, discipline, a strong body, especially his morning routine content. One viral routine is presented with exact timestamps. 0350, wake up. 0358, drink mineral water. 0415, read the Bible. Then he writes mental goals, plans growth, works on entrepreneurship. 0628, face dunk in ice cubes with lemon water. 704, strong coffee. Then he heads to the gym. Now, maybe that routine is real. Maybe it's a one-day shoot. Maybe it's a simplified version edited for impact. We don't know. But your brain doesn't wait for context. It sees the montage and thinks, this is what success looks like. This is what discipline looks like. And if I don't do that, I'm behind. So people start comparing their own mornings, sleep, work, commute, kids, energy, to a perfectly packaged routine designed to look like a movie scene. That's the misperception. You're comparing a product to a process, a highlight to a whole life. And because your brain believes the image equals the truth, it copies the surface. It chases the aesthetics of discipline instead of building the fundamentals of discipline. If a routine inspires you, don't copy the timestamps. Copy the principle underneath it. Sleep, focus, training, structure, faith, planning. Principle stays, schedule adapts. Comparison doesn't just make you unhappy. It steals your focus. Because when you're obsessed with ranking, you stop building. You stop asking, what do I want? What matters to me? What game am I playing? And you start playing their game, with their rules, on their timeline. That's how people end up successful on paper and empty in real life. So we don't stop comparing. That's unrealistic. We reprogram how the system runs. First, change your inputs. If you keep injecting triggers all day, you're not lacking discipline, you're flooding your brain. For 7 days, mute accounts that spark shame. Unfollow people who flex as a personality. Stop watching content that attacks your weak spot: money, body, relationships. This is not being soft. This is environment design. Comparison is ranking. Progress is building. So you need a new scoreboard. You versus you. Ask this daily. What is one small win I can repeat? Did I show up today? Did I move forward, even slightly? Make it measurable. One workout, one page, one sales call, 1 hour of deep work, one uncomfortable conversation. And track it. Progress becomes real when it's recorded. Envy is information. Instead of, they have what I don't, ask, what exactly do they represent that I want? Stop comparing value. Compare strategy, then turn it into a plan. Admire their body. Training schedule. Admire their confidence. Reps in uncomfortable situations. Admire their money. Skill plus system. Envy is painful when it stays vague. It becomes power when it becomes specific. Remember the loop. Trigger, scan, gap, story. The story is where you suffer. Interrupt it with one sentence. This is a snapshot, not a verdict. Then ask, what am I not seeing? What did this cost them? What's the trade-off? Because everything has a trade-off. You just don't see it in a 12-second clip. The strongest antidote to comparison is earned internal status. Not flex status. Real status is competence, you're good at something, contribution, you create value, relationships, you're respected by real people. Notice what all three have in common? They're built offline, in the real world, with real reps. When your life has real weight, online rankings lose their grip. So, yeah, you will still compare sometimes. That's human. But now you know the code. Comparison is a system, and systems can be redesigned. If you only take one idea from this video, take this. Comparison becomes toxic when it's automatic. When it's conscious, it becomes a compass. Challenge. For 7 days, remove one trigger source and replace it with one progress habit. Less ranking, more building. Comment the domain you compare in the most: money, body, relationships, or success. I'll make the next video with tools for that specific one. Because once you see the system, you can rewrite it.